Greetings, God bless. Sorry about that. So I was watching this latest series about people getting out of the matrix, parallel civilizations. I forget their name. It's like Josh Bush, Derek, somebody else. They're nice people, intelligent people, but I was watching their closing talk, and it was all these like entitled, selfish people that know how to play the game, know how to do power plays, that are looking because they need bodies, they need people to exploit, they need people to do the icky work, the hard labor. They need people who have not figured this kind of stuff out and just desperate to survive. And this is what I found when volunteering, doing a work exchange volunteer work at different retreat centers, yoga centers, and farms, gardens, old communities. And it's like, this is not good, especially when there's no alternative, like where you can't even return to the city because of surveillance and forced in medical procedures. So folks, if you are looking into these alternative communities that are claiming to make, oh, we'll just need somebody to help with harvesting, let me tell you, farm labor is terribly hard. It's excruciatingly hard. And when you're doing it for free, they do not feed you adequately. You don't even have enough time to cook, and you're going to be expected to provide everything that you need to function. Farm labor is Olympic. It is a max effort every day for however many hours of the day, 10 hours of the day. Like, athletes do not work out 10 hours a day, but farm laborers are expected to. And folks, I just watching this closing. I'll try to find the title and I'll put it in my description. But just listening to these batch of people, like, these are not people I would want to be stranded on a desert island with. These are exploitative, manipulative people, predatory people, and they're looking for ignorant, but like bodies that they can use. They're looking for people that they can use. I'm really like disappointed and shocked, like, at this panel. Just the I mean, I guess the people that were in South America, were not. I mean, but these were none of these were working people. Like, none of these people were working class people. These are all, like, hot shots or wannabe hot shots. And I'm like, if these are our leaders, like if these are the people that we have to go to, I'd rather be a lone wolf. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, you should compromise your values, compromise your integrity, compromise just to survive. But if you're being mentally and spiritually raped, possibly physically raped by just exploitation, a lot of farm labor is very exploitative. Occupational safety and health do not have enough manpower to address all of the OSHA complaints. And people are not filing OSHA complaints willy-nilly. Like, when somebody has been driven to file a complaint, not even just OSHA complaints, just any kind of complaint, when somebody is driven to file a complaint, it's really bad. And 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 it's not just like really bad for one person. It has, like, that terrible atmosphere has to wait for the right person, because it's one in a 10,000, one in 100,000 that will complain. Like, people are not they don't put two and two together. They don't realize that they should complain. They don't have the wherewithal to find where to complain to. They don't have the gumption. They don't care, So it has to be a person who cares, who knows how to find how to complain, and who has the tenacity to go through all the friction of that complaint process. Like government agencies or local aid agencies, they do not make these things easy. There's a lot of friction that is built into the system deliberately because these, uh, you know, I'm sure. I mean, just like anything, just anything. Uh, it's. Anyways, I am not impressed. When these folks are like head honchos, they're nice, gracious people when they're selling. See, that's what these videos, they're selling to naive people. They're selling this idea: work for us, join us, volunteer, donate. And there's probably a non-disclosure agreement. So when you join any of these things, make sure that you are avoiding opting into a non-disclosure agreement, because a lot of nice people are using this non-disclosure agreement in a contract that some just they love the people, they're just signing their rights away. And so after they've been exploited and duped and abused by these organizations, you can't say anything because you've signed a non-disclosure agreement. So in these alternative breakaway, sorry about my clock there, in these alternative communities, just watch out for, just say, I'm not going to sign any NDRs. So, because if they do anything, you need to, at least speak up, at least say, hey, this is not right, and it needs to be made public. Um, so I mean, I like the people, some of the people that are in these organizations, but I've been in permaculture organizations, and I've worked on a farm, I've worked at a CSA, and they are exploitative. And if the original people aren't exploitative, there's vultures, there's predators that are around that are um, just poised to uh, grab what they can from the people who are doing all the work. So and like some people say about Biden, well, he's my pedophile, even though they were traumatized by incest when they were growing up. They're somehow saying that this guy is okay because they're an incest survivor. I mean, I'm like, what is going so crazy? And so people are like, oh, well, I'd rather be exploited by these new age hippies than by the mainstream. And I don't think that's the solution either. I mean, I think there needs to be a better caliber of leader than what I saw in this talk, in the beginning of this talk tonight. Because it's just like, yeah, I need other people to do the dirty work. I need, so I can go smoke dope, or I can go live my Instagram worthy life, and go travel to Bali, and have this conspicuous consumption kind of a life. um, and I know I'm speaking pretty harshly, but and yeah, I'm sure the people who have exploited me when I worked at a farm or a CSA, when I was abused, when I was psychologically abused and worked to death almost, yeah, I'm sure they had sacrifices. I'm sure, they didn't get to go into town, every hour of the day and live a glamorous life. Oh, poor them. But they had people who did who improved their property, and for very little compensation. And you might say, well, they had to interact with you. Yeah. Well, they're in a position of power, and so they got to experience that. That's the thing. If we turn the tables on these hot shots that were on the panels, if if they were forced to wear working class people's clothes and be cleaning the toilets and uh, like being ignored, not giving orders, they would hate that. They would do everything sacrifice their kids. They would do everything in their power to not ever be in the position they're expecting you to be in. So I just want to warn people, this is not just, yeah, these people, they're fake. uh, I don't think they're trustworthy. So I mean, I think that the top people are like Derek and Josh Bush, probably, maybe, but these people also, they want their success, so they're not going to, um, probably split hairs about personalities. They're probably going to be like, oh well, you just need to, do some law of attraction affirmation, or start your own thing, and maybe that really is the solution. Is like, folks, don't these are rats. Like, um, folks that are blowing all this smoke. Oh, it's so great, it's so wonderful, it's so fun. No way. Like, the living conditions you're going to find in their places are not going to be good living conditions, and the psychological treatment, you are just the help. You're just some freeloader to them. uh yeah. So I really don't know what the solution is, other than maybe, really trying to buy your own land and figure something out if you have the know-how, or connect with people that you really trust, that you can work with. Because it's nice that there's some people trying to do a breakaway civilization, but yeah, I was not impressed. So I'm gonna find that link and I'll put it in the description so you can see what I'm talking about. It's like the first, I don't know, 5 minutes. I'm like, no way. I would not recommend these people, any of these people. Um, at least the Americans. I would not recommend those Americans. They make my skin crawl. So, anyways, tell me what you think. Thanks for watching.